Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the No Mustard Podcast. This podcast is brought to you from the purchase of my magazines and art by viewers like you. You can learn more about my work or join the Fast Food Legend mailing list by visiting fastfoodlegend.com. I'd like to introduce my guest this week, Reyes, also known as Overset Text, a graphic designer best known for his YouTube channel, where he breaks down typography, design, and visual culture with a sharp, funny perspective. And incredible editing, I might add.
Thank you.
Some of his video titles include Why Everywhere in America Looks the Same and The Design of Vapes. He's also the designer behind the album cover for When You See Yourself by the Kings of Leon. Welcome, Rand. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh no, thanks. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I love your work. I remember seeing it on YouTube Shorts, maybe, or maybe just TikTok, and I was, I don't know, I was astonished. I was intrigued. I felt educated also. So a lot of
I
my work is very inspired by yours too.
I appreciate that. I mean, I love your YouTube videos, and when people say that to me, Fast Food Legend's now 5 years old, and it's gone
Mhm.
through so many different incarnations that I don't know which thing people mean when they say when I first saw your work. So I'm assuming it's the design version that we're in now, and not the stuff from before. But who knows? Do you
I
remember when
did.
you?
I did look up that other stuff before that too, with the where you were like, was it? Were you like blending food together?
I would
And it
I would
was
get like one hamburger and pour hundreds of sauces on it.
yes, yes, the
Yeah, like
sauces. Yes,
all kinds
yes.
of. It went through different versions. At YouTube Shorts, I had taken some sleazy get rich quick online class about how to make money on YouTube Shorts, and at a certain
Okay.
point, I just didn't care. I was just
Mhm.
doing whatever. So it was like, you go on the site, and it tells you questions that people are searching for on the
Oh,
internet,
yes, yes, I've
and then
heard the
you
same
you
thing.
you know the thing. So I just had the hamburger, and
Mhm.
I'd use this, and I would have that hamburger answer all kinds of questions like how to jumpstart a car, how to unlock your iPhone, like all stuff that you
There you
needed
go.
hands to do. And um and so I made like hundreds and hundreds of these instructional videos with that hamburger,
Mhm.
and some people only know that stuff, and so I just never
Ah.
know. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Anyway,
the oh, sorry. I just
no,
wanna say the thing
go
that, like,
ahead.
caught my eye was the fish is back on the Arby's sign.
Oh
That
yeah.
your analysis of that, because 'cause I've thought about the same thing. When I've seen it on the road, and it just, like, made me question, like, "Fish is back." What does that even mean? Like, was fish gone, and why is it on the Arby's sign? Like, what does it mean? And I'm like, it never made me go to Arby's, but it's stuck in my mind. I'm like, fish is back, and I always see it around Lent time.
Of
I'm like, oh,
course,
fish is
yeah.
back again. I hope it doesn't leave again.
It will.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess it will leave. But that was the one that I vividly remember, and I was like, I gotta keep watching. I gotta
I
keep watching.
appreciate that. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. All right, so check it out. We're going to look at some fast food logos today, and I'd
Mm.
like you to tell me all about them. And when I say
I've
tell me all about them, I mean anything at all. If you have a memory of the restaurant, if you just want to ramble about detail, anything at all, free association. Let's start here at Muya Burger.
I've never actually been to Muya Burger. This is the first time I've ever seen this logo. Where is this? Like, where is Muya Burger
So they're all
located
over
at?
the country. The one that I went to was in near the Huntington Gardens in LA, so past Pasadena.
Ah.
I can't think of the name. By the San Gabriel Mall over
Ah,
there.
is this so
So
this is in
yeah,
LA?
that particular one, but they're all over the country, I believe.
Oh, I've literally never seen this before. This is like a deep cut for fast food. But I mean, I like how it looks. It's kind of funny because I always, as a graphic designer, I always try to like deconstruct how they made it. And I feel like I'm looking at this and it looks like they just put the outline tool and then they just turned it on because you can kind of tell like the quote unquote amateur uh work in someone because a real quote unquote real graphic designer is they would like smooth out the edges, but there's like this rawness to this the outline,
That
the black outline around the
that might
booyah.
just be the copy of the logo that I have. So don't
Mm.
take that part too seriously.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking more at the how they made the two O's different shapes, different
Oh,
sizes, excuse
sizes. It
me.
is two
Yeah.
sizes.
And then how they they turned the Y to make it playful and the H to make it playful on top of
Yeah,
that.
I think the two letters, the two different sizes, kind of gives you like moo, or like it gives you the visual representation of like how to intonate the the title, like moo. But it's weird to like kind of think about how to manipulate someone into reading something because of just by doing different sizes of letters. Uh and I love a little play. I do the same thing in my work where I just like playfully switch the letters up and move it around. But Muya, burgers, fries, and shakes. I guess it's like if I eat one, I'm gonna go like booyah, Muya. Well, I'm gonna go. Does does it have anything to do with cows? Like I need to go to this place now because I'm like
Well, I think well,
really.
they're traditional dairy colors, right? It almost looks
Mm.
like the logo from the Barnyard movies. I don't know if you remember those.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, that's and then the faux handwritten Sharpie font underneath it
yeah. That is not really
diverts from that.
handwritten.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a it's a fake handwritten logo or a fake handwritten font. Which itself is kind of kind of tries to be authentic, but
Okay, now we have
dude,
Zippies.
Zippies, dude, I feel crazy because I've never seen these before. I'm like, what is
Okay.
Zippies?
Zippy's is the number one fast food chain in Hawaii. This
Ah,
is
I've
their most
never been to
recent
Hawaii.
logo. Yeah. Tell me about it.
It looks too round. It looks too. I mean, I would want to kind of kern it a little better, but I don't know. I feel like orange. I never see orange. I guess Whataburger's orange. I feel like most fast food logos are red, and but this is orange. But just from the logo, I don't know what they serve. I'm like, what are they serving? But it looks pretty good. I like the roundness of this font. Kind of looks like a worm. And then the zippy, the Z and the S has this weird like uh reflective quality. They're just kind of like a reflection of each other. But man, if I'm ever in Hawaii, I kind of want to go to Zippy's. Um, you know, what else do you know about Zippy's? Oh,
I
Crystal.
went there once, but I don't. It's just kind of like L&L Hawaiian barbecue kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
as I recall.
Mm,
Talk to me about the
Crystal.
crystal logo.
Wow. The circle, that is actually really, this is probably the coolest logo I've ever seen in a minute. I like how the K goes into a circle and then there's a star. This looks like a futuristic like burger place or futuristic fast food joint. And I got, yeah, I mean, it uses all the classic colors, but it does kind of gives a futuristic vibe for some reason. That's what I'm getting at without any prior knowledge of this. And
It's futuristic or retrofuturistic?
oh, that's a good, no, that's an important distinction. I would say retrofuturistic. Yeah, it's giving that. I don't know that little star on the top, or I guess it's kind of like a lens flare of the sun coming on the horizon. I don't know why it's giving me a sense of hope. I'm like, this. If you go in here, you're gonna get a sense of hope if you eat something.
which, which,
Uh,
which, if you've been to one, is the complete opposite of the experience.
I gotta go in there now. I mean, it looks good. I'm like if I
It's a
saw the
great
logo,
logo.
it's a great logo, and I think it's just a genius with the K, and then it just circles around, and I love a T that's kind of like just half a T. It has I don't know what the proper term for it is, but yeah, it's a very cool logo. I like it. I like it. Maybe wait, where is this located? Where is this usually located
Crystals
at?
are also like all over.
Man,
It's
I've not
knockoff.
seen these.
It's a knockoff of White Castle. So it's mostly sliders.
Ah,
They always get the order wrong. People always complain. It's all that kind of stuff. But it's a staple.
mm, dude, I have not seen this at all. These are some deep cuts of
Okay,
fast food.
let's see. Miami Grill. Now
Oh, whoa.
this was formerly Miami Subs, which had a great logo, and I thought about showing you that. They kept the same colors, but now it's called Miami Grill. Tell me about it.
I love replacing a letter with an object. So with Miami, replacing it with a palm tree, automatic. I love it. I feel like that's just a like a no duh for. I guess it's more common in local food joints because if you see a donut place, they're gonna replace the donut with an O, or the O with a donut. Like no duh, But I love changing a letter with a. It's kind of a pun. It's kind of a visual pun. It's like how graphic designers do puns, which they might think that this is too. What's the word? Like too obvious. But I feel like a lot of graphic design is on the verge of being too obvious and not obvious enough. If it's too abstract, then no one's gonna get it. But if it's too on the nose, I think I kind of lean more towards on the nose. But so Miami, palm tree, I love it. The M is giving that ITC avant-garde. I don't think this is ITC avant-garde with like um the retro font that everybody uses in the 70s and 80s. But I love an M that like kind of slants. And this gives me like one of those. This is like a local place in Miami, right? It's not like a
It's a
chain, or
chain.
maybe
It's a big
it's a
chain.
chain.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big chain. How
Yeah.
am I missing all these chains? But I, but if it's a big chain, it's still kind of retaining that small town restaurant, local restaurant feel. Because I feel like a lot of local restaurants kind of have like a look to them that has a very amateurish look to the logo, but I always love those kinds of logos before they get like sanitized by like people like us, people in my field, where they're like, "Oh, let's make it look palatable for everybody and make it look, proper and on brand and on trend." But this is still giving me like, "Oh, I could find this where I live," and it's and I say that because of the eye. It's just fun. It's just that real touch of fun that touch of fun that kind of differentiates it from like the major brands. Uh,
That palm tree reminds me a lot of old school clip art.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the clip art. That's why I think that's what's giving me the amateur look is that it looks like clip art. Or somebody's very novice in Adobe Illustrator. But I think it's looks great. I I love it, and if I saw this, I might eat in there. Um,
Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, this is
okay,
a
this one
really
I know.
terrible logo. Yeah.
This one I know. This one I know. I think actually, but I've never been to Port of Subs though. But I've seen it around. You think this is terrible?
Yeah.
Well, what is it about that gives terrible?
It's so obvious and tacky that any kind of nautical themed sub shop was a big fad in the early 2000s, late 90s,
Hmm.
and it never works. Like people don't want to think about eating a sandwich underwater. Um,
I guess yeah. They're like
and
submarine
the fact that this one
ocean.
survived and thrived, especially with this logo, it just to me, I'm always just like, how is this still going?
Yeah, I never really connected the nautical theme. I mean, obviously Port of Subs, but the logo never screamed too nautical. And I guess this is the most I've like examined it in a while.
This
It
is
looked,
this is late '90s, early 2000s. I concept of nautical. It's like super Disneyland.
yeah.
On the summer, 20,000 Leagues ride in the refresh for like the year
Mhm.
2000 or whatever. It's that kind of vibe to it.
I don't know why I'm getting like some Japanese um inspiration from this. I don't know. Maybe I've been
Okay.
something is like screaming like Japanese, or because there's like certain fonts that try to mimic Japanese like script, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the O and F in the middle. It looks
That's what I was
kind of like,
thinking.
like a
Yeah.
Japanese character, which is like so odd. Like the of is odd, like how they put that in there, and just like the different. There's too many like outlines on this logo.
I'm just
Uh,
imagining some like homeless person, walking into one of these in a strip mall in the middle of nowhere. Is this OnlyFans?
Yeah, it kind of looks like
Like,
it has the same colors of OnlyFans.
does it? I don't know what their
It
logo looks like, but
it kind of
yeah,
does.
I believe
It
you.
kind of
Yeah.
does. But I'm like, but the O is interesting. Is that supposed? I
That's supposed to be the porthole.
exactly. It's supposed to be the porthole, but it's not giving porthole a little bit. It's not giving porthole. It's giving toilet low key. It's giving toilet. Uh, like that's what I'm looking. I'm like,
It's a
I don't know.
toilet seat shape. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
yeah,
like toilet
yeah.
sheep shape. It looks like it's shiny. I get it. It's like a submarine, but it's giving kind of toilet vibes. Japanese toilet vibes, which I don't. I don't know. I think I might have been to a Porta Subs once because I know that I had one. There's a few in town, but very interesting place. Made right. Ooh,
Tell me
I
about it.
I love a logo that's just Arial. It's just this is just I love Arial. I know a lot of people hate it, but I think I always notice it because the little leg of the R of Arial is so weird, and I used to hate it. So I'm like, oh, it looks ugly, and I've kind of seen it everywhere now because it's kind of the default font that everybody uses. I've grown to love it, and this kind of what is made. This is another fast food made right.
It's a big
Again,
fast food chain in the Midwest. They serve like chopped meat sandwiches.
ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
I don't think it's very good. Like when you look at the
Oh,
pictures, it looks really quite terrible. I think the logo may have been just barely redrawn since 1928 and left to die.
well, in some ways, it kind of retains that sense of like that classic look. I don't know, like since 1928, it gives that it gives like a sense of legacy. I'm like, yeah, we've been here, we've been around, but also at the same time, it does feel abandoned because of like this looks like a very basic logo, and then you know,
Well, it starts as a
this is
stop
arrow.
sign, and then it's
Yeah,
the
it
the
looks like a
way it's
stop
laid
sign.
out. It looks like an industrial hazard sticker of some kind that was stretched uh, disproportionately for no reason.
It looks like they merged the stop sign and like the street sign, and like that's the logo. I mean, cool concept, I guess. Cool concept, but also, am I supposed to? It makes me not want to go in. It's like, should I go stop? Do I stop and go in, or I don't know. This would look cool on like a big like pole, I guess, like those monument signs. But it looks plain, but I kind of like the plainness of it. It kind of looks. I don't want to say AI generated. It just seems like a liminal space. Like it's like a place that you would find in like a video game in the like a side.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, this is not a real place, but it is actually. It's in the Midwest, and I would love to try it. Ooh, Robex gradient gradients. Okay, this was this made in like 2000, like early 2000s.
No,
20.
this is, I think, a much newer logo for
Is this a
them.
new logo? This is crazy.
I think so, yeah.
Crazy. Putting gradients and logos. I would always think of it as a way to like uh kind of date something, but to find out that this is not made in the 2000s, it's funny. Robex, do they serve like
It's a juice. This is
health
like a
food? Yeah,
smoothie
okay, it's the
place.
juice smoothie
It's a
place.
smoothie
Okay, that.
chain. And I feel like ingredients and juices was big in the 80s. And so they're
Mm,
starting to bring it back, I guess. But it is, I mean, when you think of retail signage, and I'm sure well, I've seen your videos, you think of retail
hmm
signage a lot. It's
I do.
quite a poor choice for a retail sign.
Yeah, it doesn't reproduce well. I mean, that's like one of the things that people say, like you can't do gradients. But I mean, with the technology that people have, that's the thing that with printing technology, uh, we can do all this stuff, and you've seen the many creative ways that amateur designers or non-designers, I should say, have like taken advantage of that, and which is why I appreciate them because then they think outside the box, outside of like the design canon, where I'm like, oh, I've never thought about doing that. They succeed. Sometimes they don't. Usually they don't succeed. Usually, people don't like them, but there's always something to appreciate about them, that somebody tried, somebody like a person, whether they're a proper graphic designer or not, touched this, that touched this logo, and they made something out of it. And I think it's cool to put a hummingbird, a green hummingbird, gradient hummingbird, trying to get this orange, which I don't even know how hummingbirds do that, but I also makes me. I love thinking about like, why did they do that? Like, why did they want that hummingbird? Somebody probably wanted it, and they're like, okay, you know what? We'll place it in there. Here it is, and it looks. It's funny because like, if you take out the hummingbird, it would look like a pretty cool logo, but the hummingbird kind of just like elevates it in a different way. Where I'm like, oh, interesting.
I
Okay,
would have made all the letters the same height and then just done the
of
O as the
course.
orange in some way. But that goes
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
the tacky idea, like you were suggesting earlier, of every donut shop using a donut for the O.
Yeah, but I love it. I love a little tackiness. Also, the R, they changed the R a little bit, like the little leg. They made it softer. They like rounded the corner, but they didn't do that for the K, which is kind of a missed opportunity there. It kind of looks like a leaf. I see what they were doing, but like, I feel it feels unfinished actually. There's like a if they made the R like all green, like the leaf, and then the K softened them a little bit, like I would see what they were going at, but I feel like they didn't. Also, that registered R looks weird. I don't know. That's not even. What is up with that R's leg on the registered symbol? Weird. I don't know how they're getting this. I'm like, how are you guys getting these shapes?
So now here
Ooh,
we have a good logo.
yes, yes,
This
yes.
is
This
a
is a
Hall
good
of
one.
Fame logo right here. Tell
I've
me
never
about it.
actually eaten one at
Oh,
one,
they're
but I've
great.
seen it around in
I
LA.
love Yoshinoya. Love it.
Yes, everybody says it that is really good, um, and I love how yeah, this is one of the goated logos, if I should say, because the Y is shaped with the bowl. It's simple. It's not, you already know what it looks like. I've never even eaten here, but I already know what the logo looks like, and kind of looks like a happy face too, if you think about it. But like the bowl looking like a smiley face, and I'm not sure if they changed this that much. I don't think they've changed this logo at
No,
all.
it's pretty.
It's like
Yeah,
it's been like this for a while, and that's just a testament of like how probably also how good the food is, which some people kind of forget that if when they concepted the logo before we had any associations with the brand, they probably didn't think anything of the logo, but sometimes yeah, well, as you know, it accumulates like meaning as you interact with the food. It makes the logo better, even if the logo wasn't that great to begin with. But this is a great logo technically, if you just in isolation. But at the end, I love the end, how the end looks. That end, whatever font they're using, or this is probably a custom font, but the end looks so sick.
I think it's just hand drawn typography. I don't think it's a
Yeah,
font.
yeah. They might have made one for themselves. They usually have like an in-brand font that they use specifically for themselves. But good logo. Probably S tier. If we were tiering these, S tier. Ooh, honey. Interesting donut place that doesn't make the O a donut. That takes restraint. Because if I was,
Knowing what we know about honeydew donuts, I don't, that would, to go to them and say, you should make the O a donut, they would think you just cured cancer. I mean, I don't.
I've never been to this. Like, see, these are all places I've never been to. This is crazy.
That's better because it gives you a fresh eye on the designs.
I do love how uh the letters look. I love the font here.
The E that looks like a bear claw.
Yeah, it looks yummy. I don't know why softness gives me like I kind of want to eat there. I'm obviously the red makes me hungry, and like maybe I'm just hungry also.
I think you're just hungry.
Maybe I'm just hungry, and I'm like I'm looking at all these logos. I'm like I think I'm hungry. I want donuts. The H. Also, I love the little subtle shadow on the top this is like a melted. I don't know. This is a nice touch. It looks it looks like I don't know. Like whenever I see like gradient shadows, I'm like, okay, this is like from like the 2000s. Unless although it's back now, so it's really hard to date things now because a
Yeah.
lot of younger people are getting into that and recreating it, and I'm like,
Well,
okay,
the only
it's
way you
hard to
can date
find
them is from
authentic.
the resolution, because
Yeah,
that quality resolution simply did not exist back then. So,
yeah, no, exactly. Honeydew, yeah, no, it looks fine. It looks good. It's I'm surprised they didn't change the O to a donut, but amazing. I didn't think I would see the day that they would do that to a donut place.
okay, I have two logos left,
Okay.
and these are the rock bottom, bottom basement cutout.
Rock bottom.
Yeah, this is like, it's not going to get worse than this today.
Okay.
Okay, here's the first one. This is my favorite. Now, I've spent in the course of 5 years doing Fast Food Legend, I have looked at thousands of restaurant locations across the United States. I have seen all kinds of stuff. And so far, still after 5 years, this is the single worst fast food chain logo I have seen.
Do you think it's bad?
I think it is the worst that I have seen, yes.
I kind of like it. I kind of like how I don't know. I always is this a chain? Like this is a chain again,
This is
right?
a
Like there's
real
multiple.
chain. Like
How many
you can,
locations does this place have?
I don't
How
know,
many?
a bunch, a bunch. You Google
More
Chicken
than one. More
Express.
than one.
Yeah, if you Google Chicken Express, you'll see this on a big sign on a pole next to a highway. They have some of the architecture of the buildings is just like shockingly terrible. The interiors are mortifying. Like it's so great in how terrible it is, but this is real. Yes.
I'm looking at the packaging. This is crazy. There's something I see. That's something. There's something endearing about that. You know, there's something. There's something about it that it's so with the amount of locations they have, and I'm looking at it right now, and they have like a lot. It seems like, and they have multiple places, multiple menu items. It's like one of those local places that manage to like really expand, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna keep the logo. And I'm like, you know what?
It's paid for.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect that a little bit. Is the food good? At least is the
I've
food
never
good?
had it. I don't know, but I just
I have a
the
theory that like I mean this is kind of a theory on like local places where this I think this works for Chinese restaurants as well. Well, the most famous example is Chinese restaurants where their menu's crazy, it looks awful sometimes, or the design looks awful, but the food is better. Or the food is good because the idea is that, oh well, they're not spending all the time on the design, they're spending all their time on the food, so
sure,
that's why the food's good. So if the
absolutely,
this design bad equals food good,
not
but
always.
yeah, not always, but maybe it's different like food niches, like maybe fast food, the logo is bad, maybe it will be bad. But I do appreciate the I don't know
It's
what I
like
appreciate about it. Like I respect the decision to like just not change it. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna use this chicken. We're gonna use this chicken guy that's been I don't know how long it's been there, and with these weird speed lines that it's so weird. Like the one on the to the right of Express is like
yeah,
looks like it was made in paint, and also it's using I that's just Arial, and then the chicken I don't even know what font that is, but it's definitely one of the default fonts on like Microsoft Word. But I this is funny. It's a good
it's
logo.
okay now. I know.
It's a I shouldn't say it's a good logo, but it's an interesting logo that I respect for it to exist in a world where everything's trying to be like kind of optimized. It's
It's
interesting to see.
definitely not optimized.
It's
Yeah.
not optimized. And what with Godfather's Pizza?
So this is our last logo, Godfather's Pizza. This is probably the second worst logo, I think.
That logo is so abstract. Is that a what is that?
See what I mean?
I don't understand what it is. I mean, if you take out that logo,
I believe it's supposed to be a hand
huh?
holding up what looks like an apple pie or a fruit pie of some kind with some steam coming off of it. but there's not a lot of information here.
All right, I'm just really because at first I thought it was a guy like a chef's hat, but then I'm like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Why is
See?
he steaming? Why is he? I mean, like the Godfather's pizza looks fine. That's a good, word mark. They could get away with that. That looks fine. But then I see this logo on the left. I'm like, what? It looks so abstract. This is probably the most abstract logo I've ever seen. And again, this is what intrigues me about all these places. All the places that are smaller and they're
It's
more
not that
local.
small. This no Godfather's is
Wait,
huge.
is this
There,
huge?
Godfather's pizzas in like all the Circle K's. There are
Oh,
like
well, at least like
so a lot of pizza places like Domino's or whatever that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Domino's isn't that big compared to some of the other ones because they're all in gas stations or rest stops or things like
yeah.
that. They don't have standalone. They'll have like a few standalone locations and then right. So
Yeah.
Godfather's Pizza has a bunch of standalone, but they're mostly in distributed through other places with this logo.
Ah, but I still appreciate like just these weird logos where I'm like, because I this is kind of like the thing I have as a graphic designer is that when designers see a logo, they always want to like change it. Like their first instinct is change it, and I think that's rude. It's a little rude. I mean, I could criticize it. I could say that this is a bad logo, abstract logo, but I'm not gonna go and then they're gonna go change it. I'm not gonna say like I'm gonna make a better one. Here's a better one.
Also, it's
I'm not
also
gonna do
like
that.
hard to merge the two themes. The two themes kind of make no sense together. One
Yeah,
is like a fictional character from 40 something years ago
yeah,
in a mafia movie,
yeah. The
and the
pizza.
other is quick service pizza today.
Were these the ones that got almost sued by the studio? I don't know.
I have
I heard
no
a story.
idea. I mean, if you think about it, right, it's weird enough that we have dinosaur shaped chicken nuggets. Like that's actually a really two
Mhm.
concepts, but because you could mold the chicken nugget into any shape, it just kind of
Yeah,
works. You
it's a fun
can't
shape.
really shape pizza very well. When you do, it looks stupid. And these two things that I don't believe there's a scene in The Godfather where
With
anyone
pizza.
eats pizza. Um, so it was just like, let's take these bad stereotypes and smush them together in a
Hmm.
way that no one is asking for, and then give me a logo, and this is the best you could do.
Dude, okay, sorry. I'm like still looking at this, and I'm like, the arm is crazy. The pot. Now I'm like looking at it enough. I'm like, okay, I'm piecing it together, but it's still so
Like the
abstract.
button on the sleeve,
Yeah. What is the but is that just his like arm like
that would be
or oh it's like
his
like
sleeve,
sleeve
and that's a
sleeve.
button holding the shirt sleeve uh closed.
It looks so yeah. I mean, it's bad as a logo, but as an art piece, maybe I'm intrigued. I'm looking at it for so long, I'm like, wow, what is going on? Like, yeah, as a as a logo for a pizza place, probably not the best. But if we take it out of that context, I'm like, what is this? Like what the heck is going on? Uh,
My guest today was Ram Reyes. If you look in the description for this video, I'm going to have links to all of his work. You should really check it out. He really does make incredible videos about graphic design on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, Ram. I'll see you guys next week.
oh, thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.